Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, farmer killed in Manchester. A 28-year-old farmer was shot dead at his home in Dobson District in Manchester on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as a Chevroy Donwell. A police report said about 9:15 p.m., residents heard explosions and called the police. Upon the arrival of the police, Donwell was found lying on his left side with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body and right ankle. He was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead on arrival. Police statistics show that up to June 28, Manchester recorded 12 murders since the start of the year, when compared to 21 murders for the corresponding period last year. Body of woman found following house fire in Catherine Hall. Firefighters and police personnel are now processing a scene after the body of a woman was discovered in a house following a fire at Catherine Hall on Saturday morning. The identity of the deceased has not yet been disclosed. Preliminary reports coming from the fire department are that they received a call just before 5 a.m. and responded with 2 units to the scene. They found the fire confined to the upper floor of a 2-story residential dwelling. Firefighting ensued, and during the operation, the charred body of the female was found face down among the rubble. Investigations continue into the matter. Man fatally shot in Ocho Rios. The police in St. Anne have launched an investigation into the fatal shooting of a man in Ocho Rios last night. The deceased has been identified as 53-year-old Gerald Kingsley Small, otherwise called Jerry, an entrepreneur from Commodore District in St. Catherine. Reports are that about 11:35 p.m., Small was standing along the main street in Ocho Rios in the vicinity of a bar when he was pounced upon by assailants and shot. He was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. No motive has been established in the matter. Short man gunned down in Shelter Rock, a Spanish town. Police investigators from the St. Catherine North Division are probing the murder of a man in the community of Shelter Rock in Spanish Town on Friday. Dead is 27-year-old Keyshawn McFarlane, otherwise called the Short Man, who was a resident of the community. Reports are that about 11:35 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. Upon arrival, McFarlane was found with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the neck and the back. He was assisted to the nearby Spanish Town Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police have not yet established a motive in McFarlane's death. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the matter. Bail extended for former Portmore Bank employee accused of stealing $1.4 million. A former customer care officer at a St. Catherine-based financial institution accused of 49 counts of fraud amounting to $1.4 million had her bail extended in the parish court on Friday. The accused, 41-year-old Winsome Smith of Portmore St. Catherine, is answering to charges of unauthorized access to computer data and simple larceny. When the case came up for mention, acting senior parish court judge Janelle Nelson Gale questioned why the accused was granted station bail, given that many counts against her. Smith's bail was subsequently extended until July 25, 2025. Allegations are that on May 9, 2025, the complainant went to the financial institution to conduct a transaction, but his card was declined. He lodged a complaint and was assisted by the accused, who issued him a new card, allowing him to complete his transaction. 2 weeks later, the account holder returned to the institution, and once again, the card was declined. The accused again issued him a new card. A relative of the complainant later verified the account and discovered that $1.4 million was missing. A formal report was made to the institution and the police were called in. An investigation was launched which led to Smith's arrest and the subsequent charge. 48-hour curfew imposed in sections of St. Mary following murders. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of St. Mary following the killing of an assistant teacher by her police boyfriend, as well as the subsequent murders of two of the policeman's family members. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Friday, July 4, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday, July 6. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. North, an imaginary line at the Beecham Hill community, traveling east to a section of Richmond Town. East, an imaginary line at a section of Richmond Town Center, traveling south to a section of Zion Hill. South, an imaginary line at a section of Zion Hill, traveling west to a section of Essex, Flint River. West, an imaginary line at a section of Essex, Flint River, traveling north to a section of the Beecham Hill community. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain inside their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. MID detectives seeking help to locate witness for home circuit to court case. Detectives from the Major Investigations Division are seeking the public's assistance in locating a witness who is vital to a case that is before the home circuit court. He is the main Damian Toller Stewart, whose last known address is Bounty Hall District in Trelawney. Toller Stewart is scheduled to appear before the court on Tuesday, September 16. The main Damian Toller Stewart, or anyone knowing his whereabouts, is being asked to contact the Major Investigations Division at 876-758-5048, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Man charged after ammunition found on the refrigerator at his home. Detectives assigned to the St. Andrews South Police Division have charged the man in connection with the seizure of a gun and several rounds of ammunition on Friday. Dwayne McPherson, 32, a security guard of Seaview Gardens, St. Andrew, has been charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon and 2 counts of possession of unauthorized ammunition. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that around 10:50 p.m., a police team acting on information went to a location along Hagley Park Road where McPherson was seen, accosted and searched. During the search, a Taurus 9mm pistol with an attached magazine containing 16 9mm rounds were reportedly found in his waistband. A further search was conducted at his home where 2 additional 9mm cartridges were discovered under a refrigerator in his room, according to the police. McPherson was taken into custody and is subsequently charged. His court date is currently being finalized. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.